I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me.
No affiliation, why they faking? This ain't for debating. We the real, they really imitation. I be contemplating why this ain't on like heavy rotation on radio stations. I just pray the Lord give me patience, cause I'm running through these rappers like my name Walter Payton. Shitting on these rappers, 9 to 5 is my occupation. Raw, you come in with your best troops, you best bring more. Already told you I got the juice like Orenthal. Already know what I'm about to do, bet your men fall. Everyone know that we got the truth, all your men false. So boss, overtaking our enemies. Moves calculated and orchestrated like symphonies. Smooth operated when bringing haters to misery. Top 5 list ain't shit unless you mention me. Yeah, that's why we don't associate. Fuck niggas make them more fuck niggas. Why they procreate? Why they overhate? Cause they time is short and a moment late. Let it culminate to they heart erase and it palpitate. Cowards perpetrate like they little group is respectable. Talking intellectual, all of you homosexuals, faggots.
There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children.
I don't want to congregate. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want the fellowship. I ain't trying to build with you. Ain't the UPK, ain't the truth. Keep it real with you. Defenders of the faith, I got no problem bumping heads with you. All that bullshit, you could take it over there with you. Rather be a houseboy. Rather run with them field niggas. Show them to put in work. Move mountain, crush hills, nigga. Take a dead soul. Breathe life and make it live, nigga. No affiliation, so it's no one to compare with us. Took the Lord's laws and just added it with fear, nigga. Aim for the body, cause you know that killer head quicker. With these bars, I'm on my grizzly, so bear witness. You spit cold, I spit flu. Don't compare sickness. You floss diamond, I floss fringes. Don't compare dentists. UPK, we men the wall shit. We ain't Christian. Harm one of us, get pistol whipped like the gun got a belt with it. I'm bred different. The competition just a mill. I'm fed different. I stood front line on them fields. I bled different. I'd rather be a corpse than a cow when I'm led different. Shit, I'm led different. Come through like a juggernaut, so don't get in the way. And we take everything serious. We don't play. I wonder now what they gon' say. Shit, we make profits out of shooters like the NBA. You get slayed for switching sides, nigga. We ain't on the same page. Immaculate conception. Wow. These niggas bitch made. I'm sticking with the foundation where my bricks laid. You switch sides, I'd rather switch K's. You was never with us, nigga. Just know we won't miss you, nigga. Right hand hold the scriptures, nigga. Left hip hold the pistol, nigga. How you want it? You can get it spiritual or physics, nigga. Wrong ones to come against, so bring an army with you. No affiliation. When you see us, make the difference with us. No affiliation. When you see us, know we different, nigga. No affiliation, so no, you can't kick it with us. The wrong ones to come against, bring an army with you.
Looking at my people and the casualties, misunderstood for having some morality, but my people there in spirituality, Lord knows. Just a young Hebrew from Killer, California. Used to thug in the streets with no sense of order. Used to love to press the line, even test the water, and almost lost my life from slanging and hanging on that corner. I learned to cut the grass so I could see the snakes. I had to decipher between the real and fake. And nowadays all these niggas do is hate. Treat you like a bitch, sit back and try to manipulate. Yeah, that's why I got it on my own too. You see me rockin' with the Hebrews. UPK is how we do. Stand for the Lord, the mother niggas is see-through.
Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at? Where the soldiers at?
Wake your game up, my nigga. Ain't no time for this shit. I know you sitting back thinking that life is a bitch. Yes, my nigga, I understand. My nigga,
Yeah.
My nigga, we gotta change. This for the king, this for the king.
It's safe to say we curse today, trying to find another way, but all they do is take away. Trying to pray the fake away while trying to find a safer way. Eat so we can face to face. Please, Lord, save the day, cause everybody at my job always got some shit to say. You might think this shit is crazy, but I deal with this every day. Knowing that we paved the way, I had it up to here today. Listen to the shit to say, make me wanna catch this case, or even if they face away. But I know what them scriptures say. We gon' wait on judgment day, thinking it ain't coming, thinking the Lord bluffing. Waiting on the day it's gonna be hotter than the oven, though they treat me like a slave. Wanna see me in the grave, hate to see a nigga brave, hate to see a nigga brave. It's hard at my job, but I'll be too wide, knowing that this cracker's gon' get it no problem. It's hard at my job, but I'll be too wide, knowing that this cracker's gon' get it no problem.
Wake your game up, my nigga. Ain't no time for this shit. I know you sitting back thinking that life is a bitch. Yes, my nigga, I understand. My nigga, I feel your pain. My nigga, we gotta change. This for the king, this for the king.
Yo, man, check this shit out, man. Check this out. Out there just like you out there in the street, man. The street. You know what I'm saying? It's for our people out here, man. Yeah. Waking you up from
Liar Charlotte. Agbanium, Wapanya, Aquadam, which means rise and face the east. We're going to read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English. Abinah, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak Wafka, Thaba'ab, Retazayka, Hayah, Aisha, Baratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathanlanam, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Waslak now, Kabwak now, Kasalak now, Kabwak now, Wala'ab, Sabi'ai now, Manasai one, Abal, Habashai now, Mayan, Rad, Kaya, Lakak, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wahapara, La'awalamim, Aman. Our Father, which art in heaven, I'll be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, forgive us our debt, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. This is Hakat the power, Yahweh. By Hashim Yahushua. Wakushah. Nathanael now. Hakat. Lord Pa'ah. Kamaka Allah. Ukol Marwa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakat. Lahakni. Hamatni. Hakat. Awakawa. Hatma'ala. Lagarashon. By Hashim Yahushua. The water of mine.
In the English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
Power to heal.
All men of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all men of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to cleanse the leper.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the dead.
Power against unclean spirit.
Power against unclean spirit.
Cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the blessed Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Hashim Yahushua.
Hashim Yahushua.
Barak Lanah.
Barak Lanah.
Waya Sha'ala.
Sha'ala.
Wahabayah.
Habayah.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magan.
Magan.
Hagan.
Hagan.
By Hashim Yahushua.
Hashim Yahushua.
The water of mine.
Water of mine. In English, Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. Psalms 121. Aisha.
Aisha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahahari.
Ahahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
Azariah.
Izari.
Azariah.
Ma'ayin.
Ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratiza.
Aratiza.
Al-Yatan.
Al-Yatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Nawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'ab.
La'ab.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ab.
La'ab.
Yajishan.
Yajishan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'al.
Yasha'al.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamika.
Yamika.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Shamash.
La'ab.
La'ab.
Yakaka.
Yaka.
Wayirak.
Barak.
Walayilak.
Yalak.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Shamarka.
Makorah.
Makorah.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Abnapashka.
Yahweh.
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 Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Taza'afka.
Taza'afka.
Wawaka.
Wawaka.
Rayatha.
Rayatha.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Awalam.
Awalam.
Amam.
Aman.
In the English, I will lift up my eyes to the hills.
My eyes to the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
Whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee thy day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth, even forevermore. So be it. This is Psalms 83. Alahayim. Al-Damayelaka. Al-Thakarash. Ra'al-Thashakwa. Al-Kayahana. Al-Yabika. Yahama Yawan. Neshamayaka. Neshawawa. Ra'ash. Al-Imaka. Ya'ariyamwa. Sawad. Where you say your eye to Sawad. Others up a one yaka. Amarwa. Lakawa. Wanakakium. Magalia. Wala'ab. Yasakar. Sham Yasha'al. Iwa. Kaya. Now I to Zawad. La. Yachadwa. Ayaka. Maryah. Yakarathwa. Aholia. Arawam. Mishama'aya Liam. Mawa'aba. Wahagarian. Gabal. Wa'amawan. Wa'amalak. Halashat. And Yeshabia. Tazawar. Gam Ashawar. Nalawa. Imam. Hayawa. Zawawai. Labanilwa. Salah. Aishalaham. Kamadin. Kasayasara'ah. Kayabin. Benachal. Koyashwan. Neshamadwa. Wa'ayanda Arab. Hayawa. Laman. La'adama. Shayatamba. Ledayamawa. Ka'ara. Wakaza'aba. Wakazabat. Wakazazalana. Kamasayakamwa. Ashar. Amarwa. Layirashah. Lanawa. Af. Na'awaf. Alahayim. Alahayim. Shayatamba. Kagaga. Kagwash. Kalahat. Harim. Khan. Thuradatma. Basa'iraka. what's the Pascha, the Bahalam, Mala'ah, Panyaham, Kwalawam, Wayabakwashua, Shamka, Yahawah, Yabashua, Wayabahola, Ayai, Wayakapara, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kayab, Atha, Shamka, Yahawah, Labadka, Aliyawam, Akal, Paratza, Amam.
And in the English, keep not thy silence or your house.
Keep not thy silence on your house.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still on your house.
And be not still on your house.
The Lord.
The Lord.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate thee.
Have lifted up their head.
Have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden.
And consulted against thy hidden
They
ones.
have said,
They have said,
Come,
come,
let us cut them off.
and let us cut them off
From being a nation.
from being a nation.
In the name of Israel.
In the name of
Shall
Israel.
be no more in remembrance.
May we no more remember.
For they have consulted together.
For they have consulted together
With one consent.
with one
They
consent.
are confederate against
They are confederate against
the
it.
tabernacles of
The
Edom
tabernacles of Edom
and the Israelites
and the
of
Ishmaelites
Moab
of Moab
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
the Baal,
the Baal
and
and Ammon
Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Asher also was joined with them.
Asher is also joined with
They
them.
have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites.
as to the Midianites,
Suit yourselves,
to Sisera,
suit your men.
to Jabin,
At the brook of the sun,
at the brook of his son,
perish that in
which perished in Endor.
became as done for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a red,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as Zabah,
and
and
as
as
Amun,
Amunah,
said,
who said,
let's say to
let
ourselves,
us say to ourselves,
how the Most High,
house of the Most High,
in possession,
in possession,
oh my power,
oh my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
the stubble before the
like
wind,
the stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burnt a wood,
as a fire burns the
and
wood,
the flames of the mountains on
and
fire.
as the flames of the mountains on fire.
Persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
make them afraid with thy
and
sword,
make them afraid with thy storm.
fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy
that
name,
they may seek thy name,
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded,
let them be confounded,
and trouble forever.
and trouble forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let me put to shame,
let them put to shame,
and perish,
and perish,
and then they know,
that men may know that thou,
whose name
whose
alone
name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the Most High,
art the Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
So be it.
So be it. These are the blessings. Barakatha Yahweh,
Barakatah Yahweh,
wa Yahweh Shai,
Yahweh Shai,
wa Ma Yaka Allah,
Mayaka
wa
Allah,
Allah Hayim,
Ahai,
wa Matazab Ya'ah,
Tizab Ya'ah,
Allah Wak Yahana,
Alawak Yahah,
Ha Allah Wakim,
Alawak,
Ha Saranyim,
Asawani,
Ha Kwatazayanyim,
Akutazayani,
Ha Chayayoyim,
Akhayalah,
wa Ha Akwakim,
Akwahi,
Yahweh, wa Hashim Yahushua, the one Aman.
In the English, bless you Yahweh,
Bless you, Yahweh,
and Yahweh Shai,
and Yahushua,
and Mike,
and Michael,
the angel,
and the angel,
the man who generally Yahweh,
Commander General
the
Yohan,
general,
the general,
the captain,
the captain,
the officer,
the officer,
the trooper,
the trooper,
and the sister,
and the sister.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shai,
the name of Yahushua,
thank you.
thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Time. Shall we sit? Deuteronomy chapter.
Come, 14 through 20.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 14. Wala'ah, that's the war. Makal, Adabari, Ashar, Anaki, that is the war. Africa, of the woman, Yamayani, Shema'a, Shema'a war, Lakha, Akhari, Hayam, Akhari, like Bob, like Dumb, continue with Hayab, the Shemai, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Shamar, Aisha Waf, Call, until the Waf, until the Waf, Waka, Ashar, Anahi, until the war, Ayawan, Omahawa, Omahawa, Alika, Ka, Apollo, Apollo, alright,
Double comment, sir.
Allah, Yag, Wuka,
Double comment, sir.
16, or war, Thumb, Bayar, or war, a thumb, or Shaddam, 17, or war, to the Ak.
It's cutting.
Tana Ak, Tana Cup. Rock.
Comment, sir.
Rock. 18 on a wall. Party. That's a knock. That's a knock. Party at the mock. Cigar. On a lock they cut. Or ice, uncut. Or a war. A thug. Or a cup. Or a rock. Or a war. Thumb. But there's an Africa 20. The Shalak. How? Cup. I'm a rock. I'm a mom. Hama that I rock. Call. Mashalak. The cup. It's like Yak. Shaw. I shut. I. Shamadika. I. Vodka. Mahar. Honey. Ride. My Lord, the cup. Shaw. Zah. Eisenberg. Thunder. Yes, sir.
Now reading in Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 14 through 20 in the English. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 14. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day, to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods and to serve them. Verse 15. But it shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High by power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket and store. Verse 16. Verse 15. Come on. Deuteronomy chapter 28, we're going to go back to verse 15. But it shall come to pass that thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe to do all his commandments.
And this is important. It's important. We got to bring out. This is helps you identify who the 12 tribes of Israel are today. Understand? These what's got to be explained here in the Bible are the curses that are under the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Understand? We didn't keep the commandments. We chose to break those laws and those consequences that the brothers about some they would like to read right here.
Come, sir. I will command thee that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Where?
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Ain't we in Baltimore?
Come.
Ain't we in New York? Ain't we in Philly? Ain't we, wherever we are?
Come.
We in the city. Okay?
Come. And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Not only are we in the city, we in the field. We in the boonies.
Come.
Boonies, we in Rochester, Maryland. We in the damn farm in Elton, in Salisbury, in Fruitland, Maryland. We, wherever we may be, city, overpopulated city, Baltimore, or what we might consider the boonies or out in the open, that's the field. That would be considered the field. Or Brownstown, Owens Mills, Reisterstown, Maryland. These are just ones that I'm familiar with in this general area. No, that's what we consider the field.
Come.
And even farmland I mentioned as well, Elton and Salisbury, that's the field, that's open.
Come.
This is it don't matter where we go. We make it big time when we want to move on, amongst the heathen. You understand? It don't matter where we at. We want to be in the city. Everybody goal that we've been raised and growing up in the city. Oh, we gotta get out the city. We gotta get out the city. Get out the city and then be worse than the damn city. Faced with the same issues and problems that's not even that's in a different area. Why? Because we cursed in the city, y'all. And in the field. that's like a Baltimorean's goal. Oh man, as long as I get out this city. That's a lot. That's all I've ever heard. Oh, I don't want to go back to the city. Like, what the hell? What does that even mean? You're still poor. You still struggling. You still got to work every day. Matter of fact, you're poorer. You're poor. You was probably better off in the damn city. The drugs is there. The crime is there. The lack of brotherhood is there. We want to explain that. Okay? No matter where we at. The city is. The next couple of weeks we're going to be going over these curses, man. This is a lot of our breakdown. We got an opportunity to break. Okay? It's a lot of that. If you want to add anything, please.
Verse 17, cursed shall be the basket in thy store. Verse 18, cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Basket in thy store, what's that? Basket in thy store. Not only is it the quality of the food that we buy, but especially now, like I went grocery shopping yesterday, the lady said, man, you don't even get nothing. And I spent X amount of dollars. She was like, man, you didn't even get nothing. So I agree. I only got anything in the basket was shorts. Cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. You understand? You don't understand the gravity. Like other nations, a lot of the other nations, they go to the grocery store. They don't even think about that. They don't think about budgeting. They just go and get what they want. Matter of fact, they send us to the store. They send us to the store and go and with a list. You understand? That's some people's job. Going shopping for the other nations. What they call it? Go-kart now? I forgot what it's called. There's a couple of DoorDash. What's the other one? Uber Eats, Grubhub, those. And before that, they'll just have a personal maid to go, and it's still to this day. They don't even think. Imagine good night. Going to the grocery store and just getting what you want. You believe that? We don't have that luxury. as a nation of people, maybe some of us, but as a whole, as a nation of people, like we can't. We talking about black people as a whole. Okay? Christians, they'll separate themselves from other black people, and they'll say, "I'm blessed," and they say, "I'm blessed" because their particular basket is not cursed.
Come.
Listen, they separate themselves from black people.
Come on, sir. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Fruit of our body. That's your kid.
Come.
You know what I mean? Kids on the rifle.
Come.
You understand? Go ahead.
And the fruit of thy land.
And the fruit of thy land. Go ahead.
The increase of thy kind. And the flocks of thy sheep.
The increase of thy kind and the flocks of thy sheep. That your increase. You understand? Your increase is going to be short.
Come.
You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 19. Cursed shall I be when thou comest in, and cursed shall I be when thou goest out.
You go out to work and you already know you're going to face that.
God.
Our brothers don't want to go home. A lot of people don't even want to go home. You don't want to go home to the kids, you don't want to go home to the wife, you don't want to go, or some sisters don't want to go home to the kids or to the husband.
God.
You just inhale in everywhere you go. And Aquaman, you understand? I mean, god damn. I mean, that is a horrible life. Any and everywhere you go, you are faced with what's the word? You are faced with conflict and issues and problems and war. That's not a life to live, man. That's a horrible life to live.
Verse 20. The Most High shall send upon thee cursing, vexation, and rebuke, and all that thou settest thy hand unto to do, until thou be destroyed, until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doing.
You ever feel like you just never, you can never get out of a hole?
God, oh God.
You work and you work and you
God,
work
oh
and
God.
you go to work, get off of work and go do more work and you still behind.
God.
That's a curse. That is not. It ain't. I never met anybody with multiple streams of income not still in hell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I do this, also do this on the side. Nah, you still in hell. You ever heard of the term more money, more problems? That ain't supposed to be real. More money, more problems because you still in hell. The money supposed to solve the problem. I mean, theoretically. That's the theory. Oh, I need more money for this, X, Y, Z. But you get the more money, now you're just in a different hell for black people. And we can't even see it. We can't even see it because we don't know that we are under these curses. This might be we're gonna go to 12. Okay, it's a lot of it because I want to be breaking down.
Come, sir.
What is it?
Because thy wherefore thou has forsaken me. And that's it. Come. We're now reading Deuteronomy 28, verses 21 through 27. With a bak, Yahweh, Bakah, Adabar, Ayin, Kalathwa, Afka, Ma'al, Ha'adama, Ashar, Atha, Ba'ah, Shema, Ra'ash, the Rashatha, verse 22. The Kakah, Yahweh, Bashachapath, Waba Quadachath, Waba Delaquath, Waba Char, Waba Char, Waba Chorakar, Waba Chorab, Waba Shadahawan, Waba Yarakwan, Waradatbaka, Abadka, verse 23. Wahayawa, Shamyaka, Ashar, Ra'ashka, Nachashaf, Waha'arataza, Ashar, Thachafyaka, Barazal, verse 27, verse 24, Yathan, Yahweh, Af, Matar, Aratasaka, Abaka, Aipar, Mun, Hashamyam, Yarad, Alyaka, Ai, Hashamadak, verse 25. Yathunka, Yahweh, Nagat, Lapanya, Ayagyaka, Badarak, Cha, Taza'a, Alyawa, Wabashabaiha, Darakyam, Thano Sa, Thano Was, Lapanyawa, Wahayayath, Laza Iwa, Lakal, Mamala Kawath, Ha'arataza, verse 26. Wahayatha, Nabalathka, Makal, Iwat, Hashamyam, Walaba Hamath, Ha'arataza, Wa'ayan, Machariyad, verse 27. Yakaka, Yahweh, Bashachayan, the Tazarium, Waba Ipolium, Waba Garab, Waba Charas, Ashar, La'ah, Thawakal, Laharapa'ah. That's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 21. The Most High shall make the pestilence cleave until he hath consumed thee from off the land, whether thou goest to possess it. 22. The Most High shall smite thee with a consumption, and with a fever, with inflammation, with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with the mildew, and that shall pursue thee until thou perish. 23. And thy heaven that is over thy head shall be brass, and the earth that is under thee shall be iron.
So you're not talking about prison, sir?
That is exactly what that's talking. That is talking about. That is describing a cage or imprisonment or whatever.
Come.
Around his face. 24. The Most High shall make the rain of thy land powder and dust. From heaven shall it come down upon thee until thou be destroyed. 25. The Most High shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
I was thinking, sir, is that when we were like pretty much scattered to like to pretty much all parts of the when we had to flee from Jerusalem, wasn't that when we were scattered to like North America and Africa and South America?
That's on it as well. That's on it as well. The Lord shall cause you to be smitten before thine enemy. This is also talking about, what's going on currently today. We get murdered at HD Vision. Right before the world to see.
Come.
This is what this is talking about as well. Smitten before thine enemy, shredding grain, the list goes on. We are smitten before thine enemies.
Come.
We go out one way against them, we protest, we we can band about it, and we have no might and no power against them because we are cursed when we go seven ways and flee 7 ways before them. You understand?
Come.
Alright. 26. And thy carcass shall be meat unto all fowls of the air, and unto the beasts of the earth, and no man shall fray them away. 27. The Most High will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, and with the emeralds, and with the scab, and with the itch, whereof thou canst not be healed.
We're now reading Deuteronomy chapter 28. Verse 28 through 34. Come. Yakaka, Yahweh, Basha, Gaiwan, Oba I War one, Oba Thamal one, Labab, verse 29. Wahayayas, Mama Shash, Tazarium, Ashar, Yamashash, Haigar, Ba'apala, Wala'ah, Tazalayak, As, Darak Yaka, Wahayayas, Ak, Aishawak, Waga Zawal, Kal, Hayamyam, Wa'ayan, Mawashayai, verse 30. Ashab, the Arash, Wa'ayash, Achar, Yashag, Golana, Bayas, Thabana, Wala'ah, Thashab, Bawa, Karam, the Tai, Wala'ah, Lanwa, verse 31. Shawarka, Tawak, La'ayanyaka, Wala'ah, Kal, Mamanwa, Chamarka, Gazal, Wal, Wala Panyaka, Wala'ah, Yashawab, Lach, Taza Anka, Natha no Was, La'ay Yabyaka, Wa'ayad, Laka, Moa Shay Yayai, verse 32. Bunyaka, Waba Nafyaka, Nathanium, La'ain, Achar, Wa'ayanyaka, Ra'al Was, Wakala Was, Alahai Yahum, Alayahum, Kal, Ayawam, Wa'ayan, La'al, Yadka, verse 33. Parya, Anamaska, Wakal, Yaika, Ya'akal, Ain, Ashar, La'ah, Yada Ice, Swaki, Yadaifa, Swaki, Wahayayas, Rak, Aisha Wak, Waratazo, Waktaza, Kal, Hayamyam, verse 34, Wahayayas, Masha Gai, Mamara Aha, Ayanyaka, Ashar, Thara Aha. That's it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 28. The Most High shall smite thee smite thee with madness and blindness, and astonishment of heart.
It's like, sir, isn't this where, like, we was talking about in some ways, like, mental health, because we've been like a high in the mental health in our communities now. Like, this is a lot of, we're just striking with madness, is that what you say?
I don't know for sure,
Come,
but I think you want it.
sir.
But, I think you want it. 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth from the darkness. What noon, the sun is out, you should be able to see at this time.
Come.
Okay? And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways, and thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore, and no man shall save thee. 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
Isn't this talking about, like, you know how, like, we as blacks, Hispanics, and natives, like, we created, or we come up with a lot of the stuff that was, like, taken from us. Like, a lot of the stuff we invented, you know, like, out of the restaurants, a lot of the, even KFC secrets and Krispy Kreme, but other people have taken it, and or is it even meritorious manumission even back then. It's like other people took credit for it.
Not only that, it's even on a minute level as far as sales. Over there, you be on the sales store, you can get all these sales, but you know, you just on the salary.
Con.
But whoever's over you is getting all the benefits. You know what I'm saying? Getting the real money. You know what I'm saying?
Come.
You working on the floor of the department store, they getting every ounce of work out of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, you're not getting paid what's being generated within those 8 hours you're on that floor.
Come.
You generate all of the wealth for that particular store or what have you. You reap a small percentage of what's being produced in that store at the end of the hour. From hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you can pay less than $100. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars made within your 8 to 10 hours on your slavery. It's being made within that, being made in that store. You know what I'm saying? You plant in the vineyard.
Come. So, it's like, sir, isn't this also too, can we apply like athletes to that too?
Absolutely.
Athletes.
Absolutely. And everybody talking about, oh, y'all getting paid all these millions. You don't understand. They not getting what they get. The billionaires is generating off of them jersey sales, off of that stadium money. They getting a small percentage of what that NFL is bringing in, or even that one particular team is bringing. And everybody, man, y'all getting paid this, y'all getting paid that. Y'all should complain. You should complain because they see it. They get the bigger picture. We don't get the bigger picture. Don't you complain you ain't getting a raise? Why can't an NFL star complain about getting a raise or getting a bigger job? You understand? Especially with what they produce. You understand? They slaves too, but we can't see it because they in a different arena. They on a different plantation. You want to be on their plantation. Okay? Okay. Where are you on?
We're on verse. We're at the end of verse 30. That's a plant of vineyard.
Okay, we planting that vineyard. We producing results on the football field, and we getting a small percentage. We producing results, and whatever your slavery may be, and we just getting a small percentage because we are slaves. Okay. and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. 31. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thine enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look and fill with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no light, there shall be no light in thy aim.
Sorry, sir. I usually try to, when I'm looking at this scripture, correct me if I'm wrong, sir, that thinking about the school system, because our children are literally under our oppressor. The curriculum's all that is dominated by the oppressor. No other school system is like that. Every other school system, they control what their children are learning. It's only our school system, the school system of Hispanics and natives, that are not controlled by us. You know, and even when the natives were taken, they said, "Well, kill the Indian, save the child." You know, so when I was thinking of this, I think of the school system, which is dominated by 70 to 80% of the oppressor.
And you know, the people that's on the board that's writing all these curriculums is Amalek mostly.
Come.
It's Amalek mostly. They are conditioning us through the school system.
Come.
Okay. Not only that, this is also talking about CPS in some cases. This is talking about when on a plantation they would take our children and sell them to another plantation. This is also talking about them. We don't have any power and right to fight against CPS. In some cases are unjust. You know. Alright. 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look, and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thy hand. 33. The fruit of thy land, and all thy labor shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, shall be only oppressed and crushed all. 34. So thou shalt be mad for the sight of thine eyes which thou shalt see. Right? Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 35. The Kakar, the Howard, the Shakya, Rai, Al, the Rakia, the Al, the Shakya, Shar, the Al, the Call, the Rapah, the Al. The 96. They were locked. The wall cut.
You had worked up the first one.
They were locked. They were locked. The Howard. Africa. Wow. The lock cut. Shaw. The young. Yeah. Yeah, sure, with the ice, Bafrika, height is Bunny, 37, Wahayah, Shema, Shaw, Shani, Shani, Yilla, Call, Aini, Shaw, in a hog, in a hog cup, the house, Shema, yeah, the rod, the what is it? The what is Zaya, a Shadab, the Ait, the Asap, Kayal, the Kasar, the Kasalanwa, the Corona, the Ta, like the Da, the Yan, the A, the Shita, the A, the Agar, the Ya, the Kalanwa, the Ai, for the Yafia, the Hayawaf, the Ka, the Call, to the Walak, the Shaman, the Ha, that's a wall, so that's a walk. That's a walk, the Yash, the Shaw, the Yak, the one, Banya, the Banwa, the Ya, the the Hayawaf, the Ka, the Ya. Lakwa, the Shaman.
We're now reading Deuteronomy 28, verse 35 through 41. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 35. The Most High shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with a sore botch that cannot be healed, from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. Verse 36. The Most High shall bring thee and thy king which thou shalt set over thee into a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. And of course you think about that, you think about, wood and stone, we think about the cross of Christianity, we think about the Kaaba and with Islam. And when another nation came over and we took on the gods of these other nations because we didn't follow what the Most High said. And so we started following after the other gods of the nations that took us into slavery. When the Arabs took us into slavery, we started, becoming Muslim. We started, because the trans-Saharan slave trade was just as bad in many ways as the transatlantic. When we went across the Sahara, they castrated a lot of our men and made them, go around the Kaaba. And they took them to Arabia and do work in the salt mines. All right, and then the other gods of wood. Okay, and then we adopted, when the Europeans came over, the oppressor came over, and he, started attacking our native brothers, and then, made them, become Christians. They forced them. Okay, thinking of people, and then they made them adopt, certain names. Think about like Pocahontas or other people, Squanto. Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, where the Most High shall lead thee. Again, all the other nations know about us. We become a proverb or a byword. And even in jokes we have become to talk. Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in, for locusts shall consume it. And like the cat was talking about earlier, the harder we work, it seems like the more we dig ourselves into a pit. Verse 39, thou shalt plant vineyards and dress them, but shalt neither drink of the wine nor gather the grapes, for the worms shall eat them. Verse 40, thou shalt have olive trees throughout all thy coasts, but it shall not anoint thyself with thy oil, or thy olive oil cast his fruit. Verse 41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. And just like the cat brought out before, our children were separated from us even during slavery. They were taken and separated and taken to other plantations. Also, our children have separated us even now. We've got the CPS system. You even got the school system that separates us, our children from us, because we're being conditioned. And that's it. We're now in Deuteronomy chapter 28, 42 through 48. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 42. Call Itazakah, Paparia, Adamaska, Yerash, Hatazol, Hatazolactazol, 42 verse at the end of the last one. Come, 28 verse 42. Hatazolactazol. Hatazolactazol. Tazol, the water, sir. Come on, the water. Tazol. Verse 43. Hagar, Ashar, Bakwarabka, Ya'ila, Alyaka, Ba'Allah, Ba'athah, Farad, Mata, verse 44. Hawa'ah, Yalawaka, Wa'atha, La'ah, Thalawanwa, Hawa'ah, Yahya, Lara'ash, Wa'atha, Fahiyah, Lazanab, verse 45. Wa'awa, Alyaka, call, Hakwal, Lawath, Ha'allah, Waradawaka, Wahashayagwaka, Ain, Hashamadak, Kayal, Shamaitha, Bakwawal, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Lashamar, Matazawatyawa, Wachakwatyawa, Ashar, Tazawak, verse 46. Wahayawa, Baka, La'awath, Walamawpath, Wabazaraika, Ain, Iwalam, verse 47. Fakath, Ashar, La'ah, Ibadtha, Af, Yahweh, Alahayaka, Basham, Makha, Wabatawab, Labad, Marab, Makal, verse 48. Ibadtha, Af, Ayabyaka, Ashar, Yeshalach, Yahweh, Bara'aim, Wabatazama'ah, Wabai Yoram, Wabachosar, call, Wanathan, Al, Barazal, Al, Tazawarka, Hashamayadwa, Afak, and that's it.
I think it's pronounced.
It says a lot. Come concept.
I think that's how it's pronounced.
It says a lot. Come concept. lot is all. It says a lot is all. The water said.
I think it's like the mouth is over
Okay. Buzzing, wiring, buzzing.
talking about locusts. Just you know, I remember when the cicadas. Everybody was concerned about the noise.
Come, sir.
You know, ringing constantly. But I think on that, of course, I should be able to look back on my thinking. There's a lot to all. Not to all, to all. So a lot to all. I'm saying it makes more sense.
Come, sir. Word 42 to 48 in the English.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 42. All the trees and fruit of thy land shall the locust consume. 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and shall come down very low. You see that? He rises in war. Okay? Now in our communities selling us chicken. Okay? And incense. And whatever the hell they want to sell. Drugs. You understand? You want a plug, you want a nice plug that sells pills and crack and heroin. Just go to the Muslim mosques. Okay? And they get up very high. Above thee, very high. And we come down very low. Right. 44. Who shall lend to thee, but thou shalt not lend to him. You gotta go to Bank of America. What else further? EQ. We gotta go to them for the loan. Who the hell do, what other nation comes to us for a loan? How is it, it's, what's the word, God damn it, can't describe another race. Stereotype, how's it a stereotype for the Jewish man, Amalek, to be a loner? Why is that a stereotype? You know what I mean? Okay. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Most High, thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and a wonderful, a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed thou. 47. Because thou servest not the Most High thy power with joyfulness, and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things. 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Most High shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness and in want of all things, and shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Okay? I'm going to read that again. For shalt thou serve thine enemies. First part. We are subservience. Okay? We have become subservient to the other nations.
Come.
Okay, this is what the Lord is telling us about, alright? We are the subservients, and the people we serve, the God, the Most High Power, called them our enemies.
Come.
Okay? They're not our friends, they're not our colleagues, they're not our buddies, they're not our, whatever you want to put on, title you want to give them. But recognize and understand that the Lord described these people as our enemies. Alright? Which the Most High shall send against thee in hunger. If we are hungry, who do we have to go to? We have to go to our enemy. And in thirst, we have to go to our enemy.
Come.
Canaan. Okay?
Right.
Deciding.
Come.
And smart water. Okay?
Come.
Fiji water. Okay? And in nakedness, the things that we put on our backs down to the very fabric, Joanne's and Hobby Lobby. Okay? And then one of all things, anything that we need, we have to go to our oppressor, our enemy. And he, that very enemy, put a yoke upon our neck. Okay? It's all over the internet. You can see it, and even to this day, they put a yoke of iron upon our neck. Until what? Until he has destroyed it. Now we ain't got to need it. Now we willingly serve.
Come.
We willingly are the subservients. And we are destroyed for what? Lack of knowledge. Okay?
Come.
I want to continue on. In Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49 in the Hebrew. Okay? I'm going to take this one up to the lot.
Come.
Deuteronomy 28, chapter 28, verse 49 in the Hebrew. Yesha'ah, Yahweh, Al-Yaka, Goya, Wacha, Wakontazah, Waratazah, Shah, Yida'ah, from the Shah, Goya, Shah, La'ah, Shemai, Shanwa, 50, Goya, Eyes, Hanya, Shah, La'ah, Sha'ah, Hanya, with the Zakwan, and the Arab, La'ah, Khan, 51, Call, Parya, Mafka, Paul, Parya, and Mafka, Ay, Shamaka, Shaw, Ay, Yasha'at, Yasha'ayar, the cup, the gun, you will wash, because of hard, cigar, yak, alaplika, Wrath, says Anka, Abayadwa, Afka, 52, Wahatazar, Waka, Wakal, Sha'ir, Sha'iriyak, Ayi, Udaf, Kamaflika, Waf, Wahabazar, Shah, Athab, Atak, Wahan, Tazar, Lakar, Lakar, Sha'aryaka, Lakar, Aratazaka, Ashar, Yahweh, Alhaika, Lakar, 53. Kalaf, Parya, Tanka, Shaw, and Vanyaka, Nafyaka, Shaw, Nathan, Makar, Yahweh, Ahayaka, and it is a war. It is a yak, a car, a bak. 54. Ha'ayash. Ha'aka. Ha'aka. What is it bak?
Bakar, come, sir.
Baka. Waha'ain. 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 Ma'ad. Marai. Ayanwa. Wa'akhyawa. Wa'ashaf. Khayakwa. Wabayak. Wabayar. Vanyawa. Shaw. What? Y'all. Matak. Lachad. Maham. Bashar. Vanyawa. Shaw. Yaakov. Balia, Asha'ayah, Wa, Ka, and it is a war. Wa, when it is a wak, Shah, it is a yak, a ka, a yab, a bak. Call.
We're now in Deuteronomy chapter 28. We're going to read verses 49 through 55. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49. The Most High shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. A nation whose tongue shalt thou not understand. This, of course, talks about the slaveries when we went into the transatlantic slavery. We didn't understand the oppressor's tongue that came in. We didn't even understand maybe some of what the Arabs were saying when they were taking us to different parts. All right? Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. You can see while we've been in this captivity, there's no regard. Tamir Rice was 12. Okay, no regard for the youth, no regard for the old. Okay, women, coming in and just, killed the, we've seen some of how the oppressors just come to the house and even killed some of the old women, grandma. No regard.
Also abortion.
Come, sir. Verse 51, and he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle, and the fruit of thy land, until thou be destroyed, which also shall not leave thee unto neither corn, wine, or oil, or the increase of thy kind, or flocks of thy sheep, until it destroyed thee. When the oppressor came over, he pretty much took all the natural resources from our native brothers. Took all the natural resources in Mexico, took all the natural resources in South America. Just came and took all in the Caribbean. Came over and took all the natural resources that we had and we owned. Took them. Okay? Verse 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates, until thy high and fenced walls come down, when thou trustest throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all the land, which the Most High thy power hath given thee. And even when we were over here, you know how the oppressor just kept coming here. First, they sent, first they had, small establishments. And a lot were dying off, but then they would send more. Shalom. They would send for more, and more would come, and more would come. We had the Roanoke settlement. They disappeared. But then they sent Jamestown, and they sent the Mayflower. They sent all the, and they just kept coming. The Jamestown settlements and the Mayflower, they landed on Plymouth Rock. They just kept coming. Verse 53, and thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, the flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Most High thy power hath given thee, and the siege and the straitness, wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee. Verse 54, so that the man that is tender among you, and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. Verse 55, so that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children, whom he shall eat, because he hath nothing left in him in the siege and in the straitness, wherewith thy enemies shall distress thee in all thy gates.
Natazab Garam presented himself. Natazab Garam. Bun. Yahawada. Bun. Yah. Shar. Allah.
Natazab Garam. Bun Yahawada. Bun Yasha'ala.
Mayim Shabbat. Imani, Barak, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Barak, Atham.
Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai Barak.
Sit.
Come, sir. 55. Is it 55?
28.
Deuteronomy. We're now reading Deuteronomy 28, verse 56 through 62. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 56. Aracha, Bakah, Waha, Naga, Ashar, La'ah, Nasatha, Kapah, Ragalha, Atazab, Al, Arakazab, Hamatha'inag, Marak, Farai, Ayana, Ba'ayash, Chayakwa, Waba Banah, Waba Batha, verse 57. Waba Shal Yatha, Haya Watazaf, Waba Yan, Regalia, Waba Banaya, Ashar, Thalad, Kayad, Akalma, Bakhasar, Kal, Basatar, Bamatazawar, Wabamatazawak, Ashar, Yatazayak, Lakab, Ayaka, Basha'aryaka, verse 58. La'ah, Fashamar, La Aishawas, As, Call, the Baria, Hasa Wara, Hasa As, Haka, so Wabyum, Hasa Par, Azad, La Yara, Aha, Ah, Hasham, Hana Kabad, Wahawan, Wahawa, Wahana Ra'a, Azad, Ah, Yahweh, Alahayaka, verse 59. Wahapala'a, Yahweh, As, Wakaska, As, Wakawas, Zaraika, Wakawas, Galawas, Manawas, Wacholium, Rayam, Manyam, verse 60. Wahashayam, Makah, Af, Call, Manawa, Matazarium, Ashar, Yagartha, Mapanyaham, with a bakwa, bak, verse 61. Gum, Call, Kolia, Wakal, Makah, Ashar, La'ah, Kasawab, Basapar, Wasawara, Haza'as, Ya'alam, Yahweh, Al-Yaka, Ayin, Hashamadak, Dak, verse 62. When I shar Ratham, when a sha'artham, the mafia, the ait, the chaf, the shar, hayayat, hayayatham, kakawakabya, hashamyam, lara, kaya, la'a, shamaitha, bakwawal, Yahweh, alahayaka. And that's it.
I'm going to be reading in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. I'm going to be reading verse 56 down.
Come, sir. Come.
Deuteronomy 29, verse 7. 28,
verse
56. 56. Turn to them the delegate, the delegate wonder, old man among you.
Right here, real quick, this is important. Our women, not just fancy American women, are supposed to be tender, are supposed to be delicate, kind. But this society has groomed them to be monsters. Has groomed them to be a goddamn tyrant. Be a tyrant. Messy and a tyrant and just who wants to be around you type of person? You understand? That's what our oppressor has done to our women. This is what the society has done to our women. But really, our women are supposed to be tender and kind and delicate. Understand? Go ahead.
56. The tender and the delicate woman, you, which are not,
Which would not,
to censor, to that the soul over her and put on the ground, on the delegateness and intelligence
and tenderness. Like they were so delicate to the point they wouldn't put their bare foot on the ground.
Yes, sir.
Now we got a monster from the Blackfoot Lagoon.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Why is that? We gotta act, this is what we asked for now. We don't want justice. We don't want peace. We don't want, solutions for the black community because we choose go against the law. We choose to follow the other nations. We choose to not follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Not. We are literally choosing disorder in our nation. You know, when we go against God, when we go against His commandments, you understand? And this is who else does this describe? What other woman does this describe? Does this describe the Chinese woman? Does it describe the East Indian woman? The Arab woman? The Jewish woman? Amalekites? Okay, does it describe the other? Kittim? Gomorrah? You understand? The Russian woman? It's describing the nation of Israel woman. Okay? They wouldn't even put their foot on the bed ground. Okay? Go ahead.
Adventure for the set of her soul foot upon the ground of his delicate.
Delicateness and tenderness.
Delicateness of the delicateness of the
okay, it says her eye.
Her eye.
Mm-hmm.
And
shall
be toward the husband and
shall be evil.
Shall be evil towards the husband.
Shall be evil towards the husband. Go ahead.
Shall be evil for the husband and for her towards her and her husband.
Mm-hmm. Of her bosom.
And her bosom and her bosom.
Of her bosom. And toward
the bosom. Towards
her son?
Yes, sir. And towards the young woman. And
put your finger on it.
woman.
Put your finger on it.
Her son will be towards his daughter.
Right there. Hold that right there. Towards the husband. You understand? There's so much conflict in the black household. Why? Why is that? Huh? Because we choose to follow God's law. This is a curse. Okay? Her eye shall be evil towards her husband. You understand? Why is it so common for the black woman, the Hispanic woman, the Native Indian woman to be against her man? Why is that just a normal thing? Why is it such a normal thing for the entire end session to be against the man? You understand? Gossiping and murmuring about the man. All of these things is in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Our character, the way we conduct ourselves, the curses, the society we live in, all of these things are in the Bible. You understand? You have anything?
You took that one, sir.
You understand?
Come.
I shall be evil towards the husband, the man. You understand? Especially, you can. I don't know why. Sometimes I see these clips on the line of these reality shows, and it'd be like I guess the whole cast, right? The cast of people, the woman and the man that be on these couches, they be in this room, and they just be, going. It's like it's ridiculous. It's actually disgusting.
So if I can,
please.
And it's interesting because it's in our culture and in the Black, Hispanic, and Native communities now, it's almost frowned upon when they see a woman wanting to serve her husband or support her husband.
They call her a dummy.
Yeah, it's almost frowned upon. It looks normal. It looks so normal when she bumps at her husband or her man. It's so ingrained that it looks normal. It's been so ingrained in us to buck against a man that it's normal now. It's so normal now. That's how much the society welcomes it. Since you have a question.
So how do you break the curse when that's what you're used to? Like, all your life you've been going through the same thing with relationships or whatever. How do you break the curse like from being that mean person? You understand?
So like, if I mean, you're saying how do we as a community break? How do we as blacks like break that when it's been as far as how we treat each other?
Yeah.
I mean, well, one solution that I would say, Slack, sir, if I'm in, come to class.
Right.
Well, because what I've learned, because as a teacher, I've learned everything has to be taught, like everything. Even the stuff that you would assume people would know, they don't. Like I don't even assume anything anymore because I'm a teacher. Everything has to be taught, you know. And so, I would suggest teaching early. Teaching, you know, how you raise up a child. Teach them early so it's normal for them. Because you know, by the time they're adults, it looks abnormal. Like normal is abnormal nowadays, and abnormal is normal. You know, like in our community,
Who turned the truth into a lie?
come. You
That's
know,
in the scriptures.
come. And it's so fun because in our community now, being toxic is looked at as being as normal. Toxic.
A woman lashing out, busting the windows out somebody's car.
Come.
Nobody's trying to stop her.
Come.
You know, everybody's recording her. Nobody's stopping her. And nobody sees that the man is in danger.
Come.
Awesome. She has a hammer busting out windows, trying to get to the man. You know, did you have one?
Oh no, that was. I hope that did that answer your question.
You know what I'm saying? They gotta be taught. You know what I mean? They gotta be taught. We gotta teach each other. We gotta learn. We gotta get up out of that mindset.
Come.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta get counseling. We gotta do all of those things. We gotta learn. We gotta literally, you know, be taught how to live.
Come.
And be taught what life is. How we was raised and what we seen growing up, that was not how we were supposed to be. You understand?
Come.
That's not how life was supposed to be.
Come. It's like if I'm into I will give you another example. It's just like, but I had my children watching. I had my students watching certain parts of the movie Roots, you know, in my classroom, just to show like, you know, the slave trade or what was happening in slavery per se. And there was one part on Roots every year when I show this part, the girls in my class are disgusted because it looks so abnormal. The one part is kind of like the woman kind of like submits to a man on the part, like, you know, and they're like, oh, I ain't gonna do all that, you know, and because it's so ingrained not to do that, and they'll get an attitude like, why she acting like that towards him, you know, kind of like, you know, because they'll get an attitude real quick, and I'm like, why is that so bad, you know, and we'll have a discussion on that, you know, because this culture is just embraced, you know, to fight the man, to bucket, especially when, black man, Hispanic man, Native man. Because I've been in circles where the oppressors speak and everybody just is quiet. They'll just get quiet. The black, Hispanic, Native man will say the same thing, and this society is so ingrained and teaches our women to just bucket them.
Look, they will say this.
I've been in circles like
the same exact thing that the black man said.
Come.
Or the husband said.
Come.
Or the man in authority would say, in whatever situation it might be, the white man said, and everybody would.
And everybody will get, it's like a certain man, I'm not trying to.
No, please.
And I'm gonna give you another second, because I have, Captain knows, I have other cultures in my family. And when I say something, it's natural for people to buck at. But the other person, when he speaks, or he or she speaks, when they speak, everybody's like, quiet, he's talking. And I see it all the time, and I'll make that a point. I'm like, oh, when I speak, it's everybody bucks at it. But they'll say the same thing, and everybody gets quiet and just want to listen. And I see it in my family. I see it, you know, because but that's how it's been ingrained in our society. When the oppressor speaks, be quiet. He's right.
So, you know, the woman has been conditioned to be against the man.
Come.
Particularly her husband. And anybody else's husband. Within that circle, within that hen session. Everybody And you don't even listen. It is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting to witness these things. You understand? It's a curse. Rebelliousness. Okay. Evil towards the husband, and not only evil to their own child.
Yes, sir.
Abusive to the child. Too aggressive with the child. You understand? The son and the daughter. You understand?
Deuteronomy 26, 29, 56. And towards her young man cometh out of
from between her feet. Talking about her child.
Yes.
So talking about her child. You understand? Evil. Like everybody sees this within our community. You understand? They'll see the black woman, half naked, right? For one, damn near dragging the child behind her. Pull it like the child has the same length of legs as she does. You understand? That is abuse. You understand? One out of order dressed that way, and then out with the child, dragging the child like the child is holding her.
Yes, sir.
You understand? Why is that a common sight? A common sight, untrue. That should be a common thing to see. You know what I'm saying? A woman dragging a goddamn 2-year-old around the city, like the 2-year-old is holding the adult up from being where they need to be, or going where that adult needs to be. Why is that a normal thing to see in the black community, man? It's a disgusting sight, bro. You understand? It's a disgusting sight, but it's a normal sight, right?
Right.
Okay?
And,
now hold it real quick. This is, and what with it?
And towards her children, which
she shall bear.
She'll bear.
You know what I'm saying? Which she shall bear. Talking about her children, man. Again. You understand? How do we get to this point? How do we get to the point where that the woman would literally be against her own child? Literally be against her own child. Abusive, no? Okay? Any more on that? You want to continue on?
57. Eat shall be eaten for one and all things. Eat shall all things. Sincerity in the same siege and straightness toward thine enemy shall distress thee and be thy dignity. Verse 15. If thou wilt not own to the words of the own that our law that are written in the 6 and thou mayest fear the Lord and do more and
Put your thing on. Please, fear.
Excuse me. For this law is glorious and the fearful name, the Lord thy God.
Understand? Over it. 59.
59. Then the Lord that we make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of the sea, and the ever great in the plagues of the Lord, continuous of the Lord, sicknesses, and the Lord,
Verse 60.
Moreover,
Evil men
that he will bring upon the world
all the diseases.
diseases of the Egypt, and the Lord was the Lord shall cleave
Put your finger on it.
pieces,
Which thou was afraid of.
pieces, there
They shall cleave
cleave there unto sheep, unto thee.
also. 61.
61. Also 61. Also 60. Every sickness is going to be every plague and the mercy is not in the Lord of the Lord.
Hold that. Put the finger on the slow down, right? And
And
the
the book and the sickness and the
61. Also, every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law, them will the Most High bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Alright, so 62.
62. And the shall be the law left in the number where is as the stars of heaven of the multiple because of the free so God does cause multitudes and the Lord of the Lord.
You got it. Slow down, alright? Slow down.
Because our Lord thou knowest nor of thy not passes. Open it.
The voice.
The voice shall be of
The voice of
the Lord.
thy Lord, not thy power. There we go. That sounds like I don't know. All of this because we didn't want to follow God.
Yes, sir.
We didn't want to follow God. We wanted to follow the other nations, right? We wanted to follow the other nations' customs, ways, what have you. And because of that, we are upon these curses. And these curses are upon us. You understand? These curses don't describe any other nation of people. They only describe blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the true biblical Jews of the Bible.
Yes, sir.
That's what we don't recognize and understand.
Yes, sir.
We don't understand that. These curses don't describe the Chinese man. And these curses don't describe the Arabs, the so-called white man, the so-called East Indian, the so-called Hawaiians, the Eskimos, the list goes on. This is not describing those people. It's describing black people, right? Describing Native Indians, right? It's describing so-called Latinos, Hispanics, right? The true biblical Jews of the Bible, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's what we don't recognize and understand.
Chris.
This is what we gotta come to terms with, right? But we in denial. The Christian church thinks the entire theory of the Christian church is based on the people in the church being heathens. You understand? They think they are the actual heathens. So they teach that a heathen can be saved. Because they don't think they're the Jews. But in reality, we are the true biblical Jews of this Bible, right? So-called blacks. And these curses only fit up, now. You gotta wake the hell up. You gotta wake the hell up, man. We got 10 minutes left. You want good? Need that?
Oh, God, sir.
Don't sweat. I need a priest up there to put a
Cover cuss up.
Doctors out there. Just up there with you saying. Come back up.
Uriah Allah, Banya Hawda, Banya Shala.
Uriah Allah, Banya Hawda, Banya Shala.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah. Men of Israel, gird up thy loins and prepare to salute the Torah.
God.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Barakatah.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua Barakatah.
This for everybody in Mariam. Wapanya HaKodam, which means rise and face the east. the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew, then in the English. The Lord's Prayer. Abinah. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Balak Waska. Zaba'at. Retazayika. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratiza. Kawah. Hayah. Bashemayim. Nathan Lanal. Lakam. Call. Yawam. Wasalak now. Kabwat now. Kaslak now. Kabwat now. Wala'ah. Liyai now. Manasaya 1. Abal. Hayashai now. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahafapa'ara. La'adalamim. Aman.
English, our Father.
Our Father.
Art in heaven.
Which art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done.
In earth.
In earth.
As it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day.
Our daily bread.
Our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not. Into temptation. But deliver us. From evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it. So will be time.
Sister Shop. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Mayim Shabbat, Aymaniyam, Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Yanim Matah, Sar, which means return, sister Amanim. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sister. Men of Israel, Mayim Shabbat, Aymaniyam, Barak, Yahweh Shema Al-Athar Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yanim Matah. Oh, Salaki, sir. Men of Israel, Mighty. Salaki. Yahweh Shamar Al-Athar Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yanim Matah. Class is missed.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's right.
That was blame for it. You can exit.